Hi, and welcome into Talk of the Town. My name is Rich Reynolds. Thanks for joining us today. Let's dive right into it. We got a lot of ground to cover today on the show. And the first guest that I'm talking to, imagine my surprise. It's called Bare Knuckle Art Studio, and I was thinking, Amy, that had something to do with fighting, but
Yeah.
it's not. It's not
it's
fighting.
not.
Okay, so it's an art studio.
Yeah.
And so you offer different kind of classes. What are some of these unique classes that you offer?
Well, we offer a lot of classes that are kind of multi-generational. So we invite, grandpa and grandma and mom and dad to come join kids and do classes together. Some of the most unique ones are like peace poles, silk scarf workshop, date night with mom and dad, any of
Okay.
those, yeah.
What's a peace pole?
A peace pole, it's been around for quite a long time. It's a pole that you paint or carve or design, and on every single side of it, usually in a different language, it says, "May peace prevail on earth."
Okay.
And a lot of people seem to put them into their gardens, but there's a movement all over the world. Actually, Yoko Ono was someone that kind of brought this to light and helped create these.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen them now. Now
Yeah.
that I know, okay, I just didn't know exactly what they were
Yeah.
called. So, okay, that makes sense. Describe, I guess, if you could. It seems like with all that multi-generational, that's the word
Yeah,
I'm
that's
going
the
for,
word,
stuff
yeah.
going on, that there's probably some unique experiences. What are some of the best that you've had come
Well,
out of your class?
there's something really magical and very memorable for a child when they're creating with someone that's in their family or older than them. Like, you remember it. Like, it seems like it's some sort of a challenge, and you remember that time, when I came to the studio and we did those nesting dolls. Remember that, Grandma? And then the grandma or grandpa can say, look, here are the nesting dolls. This is what we did together. And so it's just something that's it's optimistic, it's magical, and you remember it forever. Like, you remember something that you did with your grandma and grandpa. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You talk about on your website to live consciously and upcycle.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Well, we need to do a better job of taking care of our planet. We do. And so we try as often as possible to use old materials and kind of upcycle them into something new, into a new art form. And so we work really hard at that, to try to take something new and make it something old and make it something new.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, say I am a striving artist.
Yes.
All right. And I want to learn more about art, and I want to take regular classes.
Sure.
Do you offer that kind of
Yes,
stuff too?
yeah. We try to create an arts-rich environment. So we have like one-time classes, like a workshop where you can just come in for a day. Tuesday and Wednesday evenings, we have classes that repeat for young adults and adults. We offer lots of summer class options, so there's a lot of things available for people.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how often does like a class like that meet? Is it weekly, monthly?
Usually we go from 4 to 6 weeks. If it's an evening class, so like every Tuesday. The art classes for kids meet once a week, typically, for homeschool and after-school art. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Very interesting. Tell us about the slogan, "Hustle your art muscle."
A friend of mine suggested that, and I'm like, that is a great slogan. You got to use that. It's really about hustling and using your brain, your fine motor skills, gaining knowledge, working really hard to be creative and explore art, visual arts.
Now,
Yeah.
what are some of the goals that some of the people that are coming to your classes actually have? I mean, are they trying to be artists? Do they just want to create stuff for themselves?
Yeah.
What are some of the goals?
It's a wide range. So there's people that are out there that want to just experience something for the first time. They maybe have very little skill or very little experience, and they just want to come in a very nice open environment and try it. And then there's people that, they've maybe dabbled in it a little bit before. Like, I do a beginning watercolor class, and some people are like, oh yeah, I did this before, but I don't remember. So they just kind of come back to like renew their skills and keep going,
Okay.
Yeah.
How much of art is actually kind of innate? I think a lot of people think you're just kind of born with it and you could do it and it doesn't require a lot of practice, or how much of it is actually learning skills?
I think there's a lot of learning skills, like once you learn something, I was kind of equated to a sport, which is maybe not the best equation, but the more you practice at something, the better that you get at it. And so if you can come and learn and experience something, and maybe it just sort of piques your interest, and then you're like, well, I could do this, and you just keep going if you can do it.
I think that's a perfect analogy.
Yeah.
You could be born a great athlete. It doesn't mean you're great at the sport without practicing and learning the skills. So, yeah, I think that's absolutely perfect. So, hey, very upbeat, very cool stuff. I love it, Amy. So, check it out. It's Bare Knuckle Arts. And all the information will be down there on the bottom third as we go along. So thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me.
You bet. We'll be back with more Talk of the Town right here on CW 57. Welcome back to Talk of the Town as we move along now and talk about the healing power of compassion and understanding as we bring in Thomas Harding from Harding Acupuncture and Massage. And welcome on in, first of all.
Thank you.
You know, Thomas, how do you treat people that come to you? I think they come probably with all different kinds of ailments. How do you actually treat them?
I try to listen to them and find out really what's going on. With TCM, which is traditional Chinese medicine, which is the main thing I practice, you try to figure out what is out of balance. And so you're dealing with different energy systems, hormones. Could be physical pain, muscle pain, structural pain. And so you try to find the best modality that's going to suit them and have the best results.
So traditional Chinese medicine, how do you go about learning traditional Chinese medicine?
I have a master's in Oriental medicine.
Okay.
I've been practicing, I've been in business for 6 years, but I've been part of the system for 12 years. I worked with another doctor here in town, Dr. Joe, when I was going to massage school. And so massage actually headed me in that direction because it was a very Eastern Chinese-based massage school.
So you do acupuncture, you do massage. Is that all you do then to treat patients?
No, there's plenty of modalities that you can use. There's stretching, acupressure, EFT, which is emotional freedom technique. You use some different techniques like shiatsu. These are all techniques to help release the stagnation in the body.
Okay, I think shiatsu is a term that a lot of people have heard of but might not know what it is. What is shiatsu?
It's a type of technique. It's an acupressure technique that you're working along the spine mostly. So those chairs, they kind of grind the spine. Mm-hmm. It's because it's loosening up the muscles along the spine and freeing the energy flow, but also the nerve flow, because the spine is basically the gateway to the mind and the body.
Absolutely. So you see a client. How much time do you usually spend with a client?
It varies. I would figure at least an hour. Some people like to talk a little bit more than others. I like to spend time with people. That's real important to me. People don't feel like they're heard a lot in Western medicine. And so that can take some time. Some people, I think, come just to chat, I think. But then the massage, I may do an hour massage with you or a 90-minute. But if you came in just for acupuncture with massage, you figure about an hour to hour and 15 minutes.
Okay. So that seems like usually when you go and see the doctor, I mean, the most time that you spend at the doctor's office is in the waiting room, and then you actually see the doctor and it's quick and he's out and out of the way. So why so much time? Why is it important to spend that much time with a client?
We're a very complex being. You know, we have home life, we have issues that past experiences, traumatic experiences, say. So I need to find out, were they in a car accident when they were 16 and they forgot about it and it's finally crept up to them to now they have constant headaches. But it's also how do they feel about life? How do they feel about themselves? Some people don't want to get that involved, so you just let them not get that involved. But most people want to be heard.
Okay. How about needles and napping? What's that?
That's like the best part. I mean, you stick the needles in, you have nice music playing, there's a heat lamp, the table's heated, and you take a nap for about 30 minutes. And that's very important because that's when your body does its healing. And so the needles take about 15 to 20 minutes to really activate the whole system. Hormones start releasing like endorphins, which you feel very euphoric afterwards. You feel very relaxed. And the body does all of its healing when you're in a full relaxed state or in deep sleep.
Okay. What are some of the common problems that you end up treating?
Insomnia is a big one. Stress. Stress is linked to almost all modern diseases, they figure. Absolutely. And so if to de-stress somebody is to be helping them and heal. And but I mean, everything from digestion to back pain, neck pain, sciatica, sinus problems. That's the nice thing about this medicine. You can really treat a lot because it's focusing on the whole person. And once you get the person in balance, their system is working right. It's called homeostasis. And so you have to be in a homeostasis static state to be healthy.
I think people always wonder too about this rates quickly in 10 seconds. What are some of your rates?
Acupuncture with massage is $60. A 60-minute massage is $60. 90-minute, $85. And if you just want acupuncture, I do it for $45.
Very good. Thomas Harding from Harding Acupuncture and Massage. Thanks for joining us. We got more next here on Talk of the Town on CW57. Welcome back to Talk of the Town. We turn our attention now to auto sales, and specifically used auto sales. And I know with a lot of people, that can mean a lot of things. There's some fear about it and apprehension, and we want to try and address that and put to rest some of the bad reputation that some used car dealers have gotten over the years as we bring in Shawnegan from Egan Auto Sales. So welcome on in, first of all.
Thank you for having me.
Is that true about the reputation? There's some bad reps out there with used car dealers, isn't there?
Yeah, there's just a lot of bad stigma with, you know, just being dishonest and just, you know, being overcharged, and just I've heard a lot of stories over the years.
I'm sure, yeah. And it
field,
makes people apprehensive. So,
Oh, yeah.
So how do you then distinguish yourself from the rest of that fray?
The majority of my customers like the fact that I was a mechanic for about 12 years. So when they come to me, it's usually a first-time driver, which is kind of nice, high school, college kid. And I give them the opportunity to lift the car up on the hoist and kind of just, you know, show them everything that, you know, is up with the car, and, you know, there's no questions, I guess. And
Absolutely. So it gives them, you know, at least some information about the
Yes.
car, puts them at ease a little bit about
Yes.
it. So,
Right.
and a lot of times when you're buying a used car, that's that's a big deal.
Right.
So, how did you get then, Sean, to where you are today? So, mechanic to auto dealer. Yeah.
Yeah, I started at METC in 2002, getting my degree in auto technology, and then just started working in dealerships and kind of worked my way up to where I am now.
Now, you actually started the business, I think it was like 4 or 5 years ago in Middleton.
Yes.
And now you moved out to Sun Prairie.
Yes.
Why the move?
I had 5 or 6 parking spots, and with auto repairs and auto sales, I grew so fast that I just needed to look for something else. And Sun Prairie was booming, so I thought it was a good location to try.
Growing's always a good thing,
Right.
so that means you're doing something right.
Yep.
So I like that.
Definitely.
So besides auto sales, then what other services do you offer?
We are a full auto repair shop, so we do, you know, steering suspension, pretty much everything automotive related. And we are actually looking to hire a mechanic right now because we're growing so fast that we're...
Job opportunity for someone out there. Yeah, that's good.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing.
Yeah, that also shows growth. So when you say like a full service auto mechanic, some people might not know what that means.
Right.
So some people might think that means auto body. I'm guessing you're saying it means everything but auto body.
Yes, auto mechanical repairs.
So suspension, brakes,
Yes.
tires,
Yep.
engine,
Yep.
anything powertrain.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So just so everybody knows, and not everybody knows what all that is. So want to make sure. So you know, a lot of people get into businesses because they love to do it, and obviously you got a passion for cars and for mechanical work. What's your favorite part though of doing what you do?
My favorite part is definitely helping customers just get into a car that they like, they're not pressured into. There's a lot of pressure in sales to, you know, get a car that you don't want just because of either your bad credit or, you know, just in a position that the oldest car on the lot. I don't pressure people to buy, you know, anything. So it's very, I like being able to be one-on-one with the customer and just make them happy. So
nice. So does that mean too that you have financing services
Yes,
that are
we do.
available? Okay.
Yep.
So very good.
Yep.
I think one of the great things about your website, and the website information is down on the crawl here, or the bottom third as we call it, is that there's so many testimonials up, and it seems like people just love working with you.
Yes, we've been very lucky. We haven't had to ask any customers for that too, which is nice. They've just been popping up, which I'm very happy to see. So.
Yeah, it's good when you can have a reputation like that, you know, as a used car dealer.
Right.
So I think that's something that you should definitely, you know, be proud of.
Right.
So talk about this time now. I think as springtime comes and the snow starts to melt, people are sometimes looking to buy a car.
Yes.
So do you have any specials going on right now?
We are offering a $200 gas card with used vehicle sales for the month of March, and then we are offering an oil change special to the people around Sun Prairie pretty much. Oil change, tire rotation, and brake inspection for $29.95, which is a pretty good deal in comparison to what is
Very
out there.
good,
So,
yeah. So also too, and I kind of wonder quickly, I mean, would you offer, if someone's saying they're looking for a specific car,
Yes.
will you look for that
yes.
car for them?
Yep, I go to the auctions every week, and that's one thing that I do also is I look for whatever somebody's looking for.
Excellent. Check him out. Shawnegan, our guest here on Talk of the Town. Thanks for joining us, Sean.
Thank you.
Yeah, and check him out, Egan Auto Sales. We'll be back with more Talk of the Town right here on CW 57. Back on Talk of the Town as we shift our focus here a little bit now and talk about kitchen and bath trends. I don't think that's something that I've had the chance to cover yet on the shows. We bring in Connie Hall from Gerhardts, the kitchen and bath store, and welcome in.
Thank you.
Yeah, what can you tell us first about Gerhardts? To me, it's always the big building off the Beltline.
That's how a lot of people know us, by our big sign that they pass all the time. We are a kitchen and bath showroom, and we're a division of First Supply. That's why we have such a big building that you look at there and you drive by. We're the showroom division specifically. We're kind of what we like to refer to as the pretty things in the kitchen and bath industry. And we work with cabinetry, we work with plumbing, countertops, and hardware. Okay,
so what type of products then or projects can you and your team help with? Like, projects can be pretty expansive. I mean, nowadays, if people want a new bathroom, new kitchen, those are pretty big projects, aren't they?
They can be, and I think we see that typically they expand as people get started, just kind of as you're mentioning there. We do work with kitchen and bath from the design concept all the way out to the build out, meaning the majority of our staff are designers. We would love the opportunity to lay out the room for you, talk about how you're going to use your space, and then also help you through the selection process and combining different elements of your room. We work with, as I mentioned, the cabinetry, countertops, plumbing and hardware aspects of those projects, but we like to talk about the full deal for you. And we can work with you as a homeowner, just walking in, kind of starting getting ideas, if you're a do-it-yourselfer, or we can work with a contractor or a plumber, or we can also refer you to those types of professionals in the industry.
And see, that's a lot of being a homeowner myself. I mean, knowing how to use the space, oh my goodness, sometimes very hard to do. But also what's hard to do is following trends and things that are changing, and you don't want your house to get too far out of date, especially if you want to sell it. So what's kind of new in kitchen and bath trends?
Oh, some really cool, exciting things going on actually in the trend side of things. Color is a big deal. I brought a couple of our samples today. When we talk about our cabinetry, you're going to see bold colors, like Kemper's Maritime that you see here. Blue, bold, and then we're also seeing a lot of kind of that washed or aged barn board kind of look coming through as well. This is Kemper's Seal Door. Great looks. This is going to go with a lot of the gray paint tones that are coming in. A lot of the white cabinetry is still in. And what's really exciting in that world is that the rules are almost out the window. If you like it and it's bold, or if it's soft, anything goes. And we can help you take those ideas that you have, work in the current trends that appeal to you, and also make sure that the workspace functions very well for you.
My wife loves gray, by the way. So many different shades of gray, you know, that she ends up using, and so. But I absolutely love it. Talk about with bathrooms too. It seems like there's a lot of trends and things that change, especially when it comes to like sinks and showers and what have you.
Exactly. It's kind of interesting. We've seen the trend move more towards showering, and then now just lately moving a little back towards the bathing again, like freestanding bathtubs. We're seeing come back in a little bit more, some therapy tubs coming back in, and more options and designs there than we've seen before. On the finish side of things in bathrooms, we're seeing polished nickel come back, which is really beautiful finish. It's more reflective. And then seeing some more interesting finishes coming in as well, like a vintage nickel is coming back, things like that.
Okay, yeah, very interesting. You know, for us too, we're even looking about putting in like a walk-in shower. So basically something without a door, without a curtain, something like that. You do that as well?
Absolutely.
Yeah, very
Absolutely.
Cool. So tell us about your event that's coming up, the First Look event.
We have our First Look event coming up on Saturday the 12th. And it's just an opportunity that we open our doors to the public. We say, come in and let's talk about what's new, what's coming, what the trends are. Let's talk about your space and how we can help you with that. The event is from 10 until 2 at our location on Gishold Road. And then we are also offering a seminar on remodeling at 11 o'clock. It's free. We ask that you just sign up and let us know you're coming in advance, and you can do that on our website. And we're going to show you all the new stuff, all the cool stuff, and really kind of talk about how you plan for that type of a project and move through it and how we can help with that.
Very neat. And again, I think people, again, know it as the big building with the big sign off the Beltline. How about some other basic information so at least people know a little bit more about you, hours, stuff like that, how to get a hold of you?
Sure. About a year ago, we expanded our hours, and not everybody has been aware of that. We're now open 7 days a week. So Monday through Friday hours, which we've always had, we're open 9 to 5 with the exception of Thursdays. Thursdays we're open until 7 p.m. so people can come see us after work if that's convenient. And then we're open on Saturdays and Sundays. Saturdays 9 to 5, so full day, and then Sundays on noon to 5 as well, to really make sure everybody has an opportunity to get there when it's convenient for them.
Absolutely. Cool, interesting stuff. Check them out. Gerhardts, Connie, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you for joining us here on Talk of the Town. We'll see you next time right here on CW57.